Okay, so here we are back at the Scratch website. Last time we started by clicking on Try It Out, and we can do that again. But we weren't able to save any of our changes, so any cool things that you created since last time, you didn't get to save. The solution is we're going to join Scratch. We'll create an account here. And so you can enter whatever information you want here. I like to make my username this. You can make it anything you want. And I'll choose a password and fill out all the rest of this and just keep clicking next. I'm sure you've done this 1,000 times before, so you can fill in all the information and they'll send you an email. You can do what it says, and then you'll have your very own Scratch account. You can log in and you can save what you've done that way. Once you're back at the main window here, we can hide that sidebar, but I want to make my backdrop cool, so I'm going to come down here and choose a backdrop from the library. And there's a whole bunch of them. Maybe I'll choose Berkeley Mural. It's a cool alley somewhere, and you can choose any of those, or you can upload your own from a file. So I'll just browse around and find something cool here. What's this one? Okay, Scratch Cat's at the Icy Airport now, so you can use your own file or use one from the library. Pretty safe to say we'll never need this white one up top again, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. You have all kinds of creative options here. You could even Google around for famous places in Spain or South America and use those if you want. So I found this cool background of a photo taken in Madrid, and I put Scratch Cat right down here on the ground in front of it. And this is going to be his home for this lesson. Now, just like when we changed the backdrop by coming to new backdrop over here, we can also get new sprites by coming up here to new sprite. And you might be thinking, what the heck is a sprite? Well, sprite is just a programming word that means a character or an object or anything that you want to move around the stage or use in your program. So let's get a new one. Just like before, we can choose from this whole library, and you can choose any one you want. I think I'm going to choose the ballerina. She's kind of cute, and I'll click OK, and I'll put her down here on the other side of the screen. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to have Scratch Cat walk to the middle, and I want to have the ballerina walk to the middle, and they'll meet there, right in the middle, right in front of this gate. So we're going to click on Scratch Cat, and this time I'm going to come to Events, and I'm going to use this When the Green Flag is Clicked block. I'm going to drag it out here, and that means when I click on this green flag, this script is going to run. And then now we're going to go back to things we learned before, like motion. Well, whenever I click the green flag, I want Scratch Cat to come down here where he is now. So I'm going to use a go to block, and it already has the correct numbers for where Scratch Cat is now. So if you want to change them, you can, but I'm happy with Scratch Cat right here on the left side. Then I want him to move to the middle to meet the ballerina. Do you remember how to do that? That's with the glide block. I'm going to put it here just like this, and I'll have him glide to, I'm just going to guess maybe 0 is correct. So let's try it. Let's click the green flag and see what happens. There, Scratch Cat goes right to the middle, and maybe that was a little bit too far, so I'm going to change my number to -70. And you just kind of have to guess, and you'll get it closer, and eventually you'll get it to right where you want. Let's try now. Hey, that looks pretty good. That leaves room to meet the ballerina. So now that we have Scratch Cat walking to the middle, we can do the same thing for our ballerina. So let's put her back here where she began. Now, everything that I'm coding right now is for the ballerina. You can see her picture up here. If I want to go back to Scratch Cat, click on him, there's his program, and I'll go back to the ballerina, and we haven't programmed anything for her. Well, hers is going to be very similar to Scratch Cat. She's going to start when we click the green flag, and again, this block is under Events, because when I click the green flag, that's an event. And then we'll come back to motion, just like we did with Scratch Cat. We want her to go to her starting position, so I'll use the go to block, and then we want her to glide out to the middle and meet Scratch Cat. And I'm going to guess that maybe 50 is a good spot for her. Let's see. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Now, we want her to be friendly. We want her to say something. So I'm going to come down here to the looks category, and the very first one is the say block. So I'm going to make her say hello for 2 seconds, but this is Spanish class, right? So let's make her speak Spanish. There we go. Let's see what our program does now. They walk together, and she says, Hola. That's great. But Scratch Cat's being rude. She says hello, and he doesn't say anything back. So we want to make him say something as well. So I'm going to come back to Scratch Cat program. Remember, I just click whichever sprite I want to program, and that shows me what I've done so far. So we want Scratch Cat to also reply in Spanish. And let's see what it does. Alright, looks pretty good. The only problem is they both speak at the same time, and it'll be better if she speaks first and then Scratch Cat answers. So the last block we're going to learn today is a wait block, and it's right here under the Control tab, and it's the very first one, and I'm going to put it right in here. So Scratch Cat's going to reset to the left, glide to the middle. He's going to wait 1 second, or I think maybe I'll make it 2 seconds while the ballerina talks, and then he's going to answer. Okay, let's see what happens. I think that looks pretty good.